It's game time. Welcome back to New Paltz Sports Network, everyone. Your home for all athletic news, information, and updates for your New Paltz Hawks. I'm your host, Michael Ascanio. I'm a senior here, and I'm the center. Every Monday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM, we will dive into the journeys of our NCAA athletes from various sports here at SUNY New Paltz. I'll be bringing on student athletes here to have conversations to really get to know and give them the platform to share their experiences while playing here. So that's what to expect. I'm excited, and I'll get right into it. And we're live. Welcome, everyone, to in the studio for the 12th episode. Today we're going to be talking about little technical difficulties there. All good. Today we're going to be talking New Paltz basketball for this segment, for the 12th one. So I'm hyped to introduce the champ we got in the house today, get some insight, and talk some ball. So before we get into it, before I introduce the guest, quickly, we have 2 away games this week, so no home games, sort of a dry week, but we got some basketball. Men's basketball, they play Tuesday, November 26th at Hunter at 6 p.m., so tomorrow. Watch the stream, pop out. And then women's basketball plays Sunday, December 1st at Mount St. Mary at 2 p.m. So everyone check the live streams online at newpaltzhawks.com, and watch them ball. They're about to win. So to kick off the 12th segment in the Hawks hot seat, he was named the Hawks Athlete of the Week due to his hot hand, scoring 25 points in the season opener. He's a first-team All-SUNYAC player and a conference champion. I'd like to welcome onto the network senior point guard from Lakeview, New York, number 1, A.J. Knight.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on, bro? Welcome.
What's going on?
So, honestly, we have a ton of content to get into, so we're going to do a quick PSA break for a minute and to get it out of the way, and then we'll get right into it.
Are you facing foreclosure? Then come down to Megalo and Partners. We're a mortgage rescue company, and we can help you keep your house, provided you submit to our plans for galactic domination. No, I'm kidding.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE. Brought to you by NeighborWorks America and the Ad Council.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
All right, we back. So let's get right into it. So, AJ, you guys recently beat John Jay in the season opener, back and forth game, and then you took down both Vassar and Bard this past weekend.
Yes, sir.
How's the team feeling after starting off hot, 3-0? And do you guys feel like you're picking up right where you left off last season?
Yeah, for sure. The team feels great. Going 3-0 is definitely a great start. The team's vibe is high. Everybody's on the same page. I wouldn't say we're picking up where we left off because we definitely lost against John Carroll, but we started off on a great foot this year, so we want to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I got you. That was still a dogfight of a game back in regionals.
That was a top 5 moment for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I know that you guys bring back familiar faces with the addition of some new guys that we'll highlight soon. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'll be definitely exciting to see you guys keep going. I'm excited. So here we'll hit a different page. So similar to me, I know you transferred within the SUNYAC conference. I'm curious, what was that transition like coming here from Fredonia, and are you glad you made the decision?
Yeah, for one, I mean, the transition, change is inevitable, but it's definitely difficult for almost everybody. I was very comfortable at Fredonia, so coming here was definitely a shock. There's way more people here, but I am closer to home, so it was a trade-off. I got to see my family all the time. Like, I've been home on numerous occasions. They were at all my home games. So that was definitely a plus. So for me, and then, I figured it out. It was definitely tough, but I figured it out in the end. To say it was definitely the best decision I made that I could think of as of right now because, I was struggling at first, but then to come out on top and then to achieve all the accolades and to meet all the people that I met and then to win on top of that is like you can't really ask for much more. And your family gets to see it like every day.
So amazing.
Yeah, you can't really trade that for anything. So definitely the best decision.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you that decision ultimately just brought so many good positive things. I can relate because I went to SUNY Plattsburgh.
Okay.
So it was also cold there. It was far away from home. I couldn't see my family as much. And yeah, it was a shot in the dark coming to New Paltz. I didn't know how it would be. In the beginning, it was a little tough. I was living alone off campus,
Right.
so it was definitely a big change for me. But ultimately, we got the job done too.
Yeah, you got the champs. Yeah, you won the champs too.
I was able to I'm able to see my family all the time. I'm able to go home. They're able to come to all my games. So I could really relate to that. And it's cool that we're able to transfer in conference. You know, you get to see familiar faces, battle familiar. How was it like playing against them?
Man, that was one of my best games today. It was a crazy game because in the first half at Fredonia, I played terrible. I only had 2 points. I missed a wide open layup.
Probably getting chirped too.
Yeah, getting much chirp. Yeah, but then the second half I came out. I think I finished with 30 points. So that was like an eye opener for me, and I think also for the team to see what I was capable of doing. Because I personally didn't think I was until I tapped into that mode that I could, and then the rest of the season was what it was. So.
That's awesome. The 30 points on their head. That's sick. So on a different note, like personally, how cool was it to be able to stand out and play such an important role in your first year here in New Paltz, and then ultimately achieving what you were probably determined to do is win the whole thing. So how cool was that to be able to come here and make a difference?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. I definitely am super thankful for New Paltz and the coaching staff for bringing me in because, you know, taking a transfer in from an opposing school that you play twice a year could be backlash within the team, but there wasn't, and they took me in with open arms, so I'm super thankful for that. The role that I played, I wasn't necessarily sure what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be an integral part, but the role that it was turned out to be, I'm super thankful for that too. And, you know, we prepare for moments like being in the championship game at the free throw line, or if you're in baseball, something related to the championship, some high-level stuff that you just dream about. And then to come out on top, like, there's no greater feeling than that, especially if you've gone through adversity prior, and then to see the fruits of your labor come to life, it's just a great feeling.
Nothing better.
Yeah.
Nothing better. So let's talk about your journey a little bit. How do you think your game has evolved since your first year of college basketball, and, you know, both mentally and physically on the court, because those are two huge components? How has your game evolved?
So my journey was crazy. I'll give a quick rundown. So I started at JUCO. I went to Suffolk Community College for a year, and then I went to Fredonia, and then I ended up at New Paltz. So my first year at JUCO, I am super thankful for that because I got the chance to pretty much grow, like learn who I was as a person, learn who I was as a player. And that's where I developed my routines that I still carry on till this day. The evolve part, I would say just learning how to work. Like, I am a very hard worker, I will say that, and just learning when to work and when to listen to your body. I think that's one thing that I've learned as time went on, as I continue to play, just to listen to my body, because you can only do so much and you don't want to experience burnout. And I did experience that at my JUCO. Because I just didn't know. But as time went on, I learned, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't go this hard, you know. So that was one thing that I've learned, too, over time.
Yeah, no, those are good realizations. And you said routine. That stuck out to me. So what about your routine evolved over time? Like, are you talking pregame, or are you talking throughout the week, practice, games?
So right now it's, I would say the routine as regards to lifting. Like, I definitely taking weight training much more serious than I've done in the past years.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah,
learning about just how the pros take care of their body, and they talk about how lifting has changed their athleticism, changed their longevity. Like, durability is the best ability, like health is wealth. So if you can't sustain durability throughout the season, then you're not really a good part of the team, you know? So I definitely taking weight training much more serious than I have in the past year. So adding that to my routine is important. Important.
Yeah, lifting in season is so important because, you know, let's say you bulk up before the season, and then you hit the gym real hard, but then you stop while you're competing in season. Then not only can you lose the gains and lose all that, but you can also get hurt. Like, you got to keep pushing weight. You got to stay in shape.
For sure.
But a lot of it can become, you know, you could be mentally drained. You could have a long day. You wake up, you have your pregame, or you hit the bus. Let's say you have an away game. You got to wake up early. You got to get all of your things right, whether it's homework, food, eating, And then if you have a long bus ride, then a long game, then a long bus ride back, not a lot of people want to wake up the next day, get your lift in before practice.
Facts.
So it is a lot, and the best of the best do train in season and keep that going. So I'm glad you brought that up. Now rewinding to last season. So looking back, what do you think was the key to the team's success? And was there a turning point that you felt during the season where you knew that this team is special, we could get this done?
I think the key last year was our experience because we were all older. We did have transfers, but the transfers were older. It was me, Kobe, Bogart, and Ethan St. Lucia. So the transfers coming were older guys, so they had a lot of experience, and we all had the same goal, which was to win a SUNYAC. Like, that was the goal. We all had to sacrifice, like, coming from where I came from. Blondo had to take a step back. Kobe had to take a step back. We all had to take less shots, less minutes, So that was the sacrifice. Like, we sacrificed that, and then it turned out to be something great and win the championship. So I think that was what brought us together, like having that one common goal for the coaches too.
And what's cool now this year too, even though we're highlighting last year, is that you guys have the experience, like you said. So it's cool. Yeah, experience goes a long way, and it's cool that you guys all were able to eat too. That you knew your role. You got to be able to take a step back, let everyone eat, play for each other, and that's what winners do. Yeah. So and what happened?
Yeah, we came out on top. Baby, I would say like the pivotal moment though. The first time we played Oswego, we got punched. I think we lost by 30. Jeremiah Sparks was dunking on us and everything. I got bad. The second time we played them, we lost in overtime. But I do think even though we lost, we had a great idea that, okay, the next time we're going to get them because we just knew. Like, we just knew. We were very confident that, okay, this team is beatable. Like, we did lose in overtime, but we were more distraught after 30-point loss more than the overtime loss. Like, we were very confident after that. And after that, it was every team. You just ran through every team.
No, totally. I was actually about to bring that up because I remember watching that game at home with my teammates, and then you guys went into OT. It was such a battle. It was 83-84. Yeah. So I remember, like, watching. I remember saying, like, man, I wouldn't feel bad about it. Like, obviously that's a tough loss. That's like twisting the knife, especially after such like a tight game. But I mean, then it just showed that you guys can hang with them and you guys can beat them. So then, once you ultimately face off for the third time in the SUNYAC chip, and you win the first basketball championship in school history and defy the odds, you won 85-80 at their home court. Can you describe that feeling when the buzzer sounded and you were celebrating as champions with all the guys?
Man, to describe it, I don't know. I can't even describe it. Like, every time I think about it, every time I watch the videos, I just get chills because it's like everything that you've worked for in that moment. Like, it still feels surreal that it happened, but we put in the time, we put in the work for it, so it's definitely something that we earned. But just to do it, and I know people were doubting us. I know people are still saying it's a fluke. So it's like I can't even describe it. It's just surreal. But it's one of those things like when you have a goal and you see it before your eyes, it's one of those feelings like, yeah.
It's visualization.
Yes, exactly.
We see everything but with our eyes closed beforehand. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, everyone in the building obviously rooting for Oswego other than just a handful of family and friends probably repping the blue and orange. But you guys were able to finish the story at their home court.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How cool was it to actually win on their court?
It was a great feeling. It definitely was a great feeling, like to cut down the nets and like to stay around on the court. Like, I honestly felt like we was back at home. Like, I kind of forgot we were at Oswego at a time, but it was just a great feeling. Like, great. That's the only word. Yeah.
Coolest feeling in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a Dear Diary moment for sure.
And then like, how was that bus ride coming back?
Man, the bus ride was crazy. The bus ride was definitely rowdy. Like, everybody was taking pictures, taking selfies with the trophy, calling the family, T-shirts and everything, hoodies, hats. Like, yeah, it was definitely a bus ride to remember.
Man,
definitely.
I wanted a T-shirt so bad. I remember saying like, so for us for baseball, we went into that tournament. So basically, you have to win 3 to 4 games throughout a weekend to win the championship. Right. So if you lose 2 games, you're out. we had swept Oswego to clinch the 2 seed. I know you guys clinched the 2 seed as well. And I think we were both for the first time in program history. I'm not too sure on that. Fact check me on that. But it was cool that we had the parallel that we both won the first championship in men's basketball and baseball history. We were both the 2 seed. We both played a team that on paper was better than us, quote unquote.
And yeah, both came back. We both came back from a deficit. Weren't you guys down? How many runs were you guys down?
So, that's what I'm saying. So we swept Oswego to clinch, and then the first game of the SUNYAC tournament, we were down 10-0 in the third inning.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know baseball, that's a lot of runs.
Yeah. People start turning off the TV.
Most people turned off the TV. Yep. Most people were leaving. That's hard to watch. Oh, great. We just destroyed this team, and then they come back and are destroying us. We came back. We won 12-11. We walked it off, and that was like a huge statement. So then fast forward 3 days later, it was Mother's Day, May 12th, and we needed to beat Cortland twice on their field. We were 0-36 against Cortland. And we finished the day 2-36.
2-36.
And like you said before, when you're celebrating on the opposing court, and for us, the field, man, we felt at home. We were able to make history. It was like, I was like shell-shocked. My whole family's there. And it was Mother's Day. Like, what a great
Mother's Day present. Thanks.
So, man, it was so cool to celebrate with all the guys. Such an emotional and, prideful moment, man, everything we worked for, all the adversity, all the tough practices, blood, sweat, and tears. And we're champs forever.
Forever.
No one could take this T-shirt away from me. No one could take nothing away from me.
Exactly. The banner will hang forever.
Yes, sir.
The banner will hang.
And ball don't lie.
The ball does not lie. You know that.
Lie. So last year's championship was a historic moment for the program, for you guys. How did that bond the team? I mean, I know it's pretty self-explanatory. You win a championship. But how did that bond the team, and how do you maintain that energy this season while having a target on your back as reigning champs?
I think it bonded the team in a positive way, especially with the incoming guys, because, winning attracts people. So the high-level players now want to be a part of a high-level program, and that's what New Paltz is. So I think the bonding part is easier now because they know the end result. They know what's capable of New Paltz. So I think that's the bonding part of the team. What was this other question? My fault.
I was just saying, while having a target on your back as reigning champs, how are you guys prepared to, learning to win with expectations?
Yeah, so I think the mentality could stay the same. We do have a target on our back, but we also feel that other teams also have a target on their back from us because, the mindset doesn't necessarily have to change. We did win, but that doesn't necessarily mean we can't still be on the hunt for other teams.
Yeah, because you guys battled. It wasn't like same thing with us. We went 11-7. You guys went 12-6 in the conference at the end of the day. So, sometimes you do got to deal with failure, and that's also motivating because now you're hunting for them. For another topic, just to segue, dealing with failure is it's a big topic. It's a big thing, and it's going to happen.
Right.
You're always going to find ways to be humbled. Like I said, you guys were battling in conference all year. Luckily, ultimately coming out on top, of course. How do you and the team deal with those tough losses that happen throughout a season, or a tough game where you can't get shots going down? How do you guys deal with that?
I think our captains and our veterans do a great job of rallying the troops. I think our biggest emphasis is making sure that next practice that we have the next day, or our next practice after that game, is the best one that we had. We rarely have 2 bad practices in a row. So I think our bounce back from that trickles down to the next game because we don't carry on that negative energy. After we get on the bus, we forget about it, we move on, and then the next practice is our best practice. So I think we do have a great next play, next game type of mentality.
I like that. Next practice, best practice. And then to segue back to this year, how do you think this team now has evolved since last season? Are there any new players stepping into big roles or returning players stepping up? What do you think about the dynamic there?
I think we have a great group of guys, returners. We have some freshmen. I consider them diaper dandies. You know what a diaper dandy is?
Nah.
It's a freshman that comes in and he's a hooper. He's really good. You wouldn't think he's a freshman.
Rivera?
Yep, Isaiah Rivera, Trevor, my boy T-Rev. our freshmen are different. Like freshman, I sure wasn't like that as a freshman. I'll say that.
I saw him yamming.
Yeah, them boys is athletic. Yeah, they got them young legs, man. But yeah, we have a good group of guys returning. Different roles, I would say, especially for myself, like from a leadership perspective, because like I'm stepping into like one of the older guys in the room now.
Yeah,
so
right.
like teaching the younger guys just how to live, like how to be a great basketball player, how to be a great teammate, all the things that tie into a winning program. Just teaching them the little things. For me, like leadership wise, like being more vocal, because I'm naturally not really a vocal person on the court, like more of a focus type, but I'm slowly getting in, finding the balance of like, okay, when is it the time to speak, or when is it the time to just let people figure it out, type of thing. So for me, that's how my role has shifted in that. And everybody else, I mean, the roles change over time. Like as the season goes on, as adversity hits, people step up, you know, and people take a step back because of just how their personality is. So, you know, I think everybody's role is definitely crucial for the team. Yeah,
and it's cool that you're able to acknowledge that sometimes you haven't been the most vocal on that. You do got to step up now as an older guy running the point.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, I know you got Ethan and Sean St. Lucia. They play a huge role.
Facts.
All over the court. Dakota's now healthy, right?
Yeah, a dog.
A dog. You got Lucas. You got AK balling. And then new dogs like Lamar Matthews and Isaiah Rivera. So that's dope. The squad's looking nice.
Facts.
And I'm hyped for the first game in the Hawk Center, too.
Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to see it, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So lastly, to round it up, what are you most proud of from your time with the program here, whether individually or as a team, from your time at New Paltz?
I can't just say one thing. The most, I would say, the most proud thing that I am would be the championship. Like to accomplish that in my first year, like I can't even put it to words. Like just to come from a program and then come into a whole new setting and then succeed off the bat is like unheard of. But for me personally, I would say just the person I've grown into, like the program of New Paltz, the athletic program, but also the community of New Paltz. Like the person I was when I first got here is definitely not the person that I am now, and I definitely thank New Paltz for that. So that's the thing that I'm most proud of for myself. But from the team aspect, it would be the championship for sure.
That's dope. Yeah, and as people and athletes, we're constantly evolving. So that's dope. I love that. Great insight. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a quick PSA break, and we'll get right into it. We got a couple more minutes left.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
All right, we back. You know what? It's weekly rundown time, so I'm going to highlight our teams and players from this past week across all the sports. So get right into it. Men's basketball, boys are 3-0. They play tomorrow at Hunter, looking to continue to stay hot. AJ's been lighting it up, commanding the floor while leading the team in points scored. Freshman Isaiah Rivera has been playing a huge role in balling. The whole team's balling, and they look good so far. Their first home game is December 3rd, too, in the Hawk Center, so mark that down on your calendars. How do you like the new court, by the way?
I love it. I wish
right?
I had more time to experience it.
But
I love it,
dope.
though. I love it.
And then for women's basketball, the girls are struggling a little bit. They're 0-3 so far and looking to find themselves offensively, but they'll hopefully turn it around on Sunday at the Mount. And then men's and women's swimming, they both finished 5th place in the TCNJ Invitational in New Jersey this past weekend, so they picked back up in mid-January for SUNYACs. And then to finish up, as always, everyone be sure to vote for the Hawk Athlete of the Week on @New-Paltz Hawks Instagram story and website. Voting starts every Monday and ends Tuesdays at 11 a.m. It's only open for 24 hours, so be sure to get your votes in. This week you could vote for his teammate Isaiah Rivera from men's basketball, Abby Korzawinski from women's basketball, Sage Vadney from women's swimming, and lastly, Stephen Macaluso from men's swimming. So congrats on the big week. Everyone get your votes in. All right, we're going to go We're going to do quick pitch. We're going to go rapid-fire questions, so you answer as fast as you can. Best trash talker on the team?
Dakota.
Favorite opposing court to play on?
Oswego.
Favorite sneakers of all time? Or favorite to hoop in?
Kyrie's. I don't know the name.
All right, Kyrie. Yeah, I remember having a nice pair of Kyrie's. Love those. Pre-game go-to hype song?
That's tough.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
Go-to hype song. It changes. I'll get back to you on that.
Who on the team are you giving aux to?
Dakota.
Favorite memory from last year's championship run?
Us being down 14 and coming back to win.
Which teammate is most likely to forget something important before a game?
Lucas.
If you could give any teammate the works in a 1v1,
Lamar Matthews.
Who would it be? Do you like the home or away jersey better?
Away. I like the blue.
The blue?
Yeah.
What's your favorite food spot in town?
B-side Grill. B-side Grill.
Yo, we've been on a heater for everyone saying B-side.
B-side Grill is like that.
It's so
I pay
good.
rent in there.
Oh, I feel that. And the little store on the side, too. I love going in there looking at records. Favorite music artist?
J. Cole.
LeBron, Jordan, or Kobe?
Kyrie Irving.
Who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
Kyrie Irving.
Oh, W. Which teammate is the loudest on the court or the bench?
Dakota Smith.
What's one thing you've learned about yourself since transferring here?
Ooh, that's a good question. I can do anything.
Facts.
I can do anything.
Do anything you put your mind to. It's facts. It's real. Pre-game ritual or superstition you always follow?
Meditation at the 9-minute mark.
Nice.
Of warm-ups.
Who has the best style off the court?
Lamar Matthews.
Would you rather break someone's ankles or throw down a fast break dunk?
I would love to dunk. I have never caught an in-game dunk, so I would love to dunk.
Now, you could dunk in practice, though?
Yeah, I could dunk it. Well, sometimes. It comes and goes.
Yeah,
it comes and goes,
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
Bounce
on a day, yeah.
I know you guys are going on a Vegas trip soon. Who would you want to room with in Vegas?
Lamar Matthews.
Lamar?
Yeah, that's my boy.
Would you rather hit a game-winning buzzer beater at home or on the road in a hostile gym?
Okay, how many people are at this away game, though?
That's a good counter. We'll say there's a good amount of packed gym.
It's packed gym.
Packed gym at home, though, too. Double packed gym.
Who are we playing against?
Who are we playing against? Oswego this year.
We playing against Oswego. Gotta be at Oswego. Gotta be at their crib.
At their crib again?
At their crib, yeah.
I like that.
Knock that down.
And then lastly, what's one piece of advice you'd give to a freshman athlete?
Stay in the gym.
Yes, sir. Keep working. All right, that's Quick Pitch with AJ Knight. Dope answers. Quickly, just to give a little rundown, men's basketball plays tomorrow, November 26th at Hunter at 6 p.m. Check out the stream. Let's watch them ball. And then women's basketball plays Sunday, December 1st at Mount St. Mary at 2 p.m. To round it up, you could visit mphawks.com as well to see the full schedules, pictures, news, rosters, everything you need, and especially the streams tomorrow. Follow at New Paltz Hawks on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X to stay up to date with all the information to support your athletes as well. And, man, that concludes the 12th segment. Man,
yes,
it goes so quick.
12 of them things, man. 12.
Man.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yo, thank you for coming on. Yo,
no
I appreciate
problem.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out to the reigning champs, men's basketball, looking to go back-to-back.
Yes, sir. So, I had to double it.
Yes, sir. And everyone, be sure to come by next Monday live from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM for more news, updates, and another special guest appearance from the New Paltz Athletic Hawk of the Week. And be sure to pop out to basketball games soon in the Hawk Center. It's going to be some great games. Thanks again, AJ. It's dope talking to you. And to conclude the 12th segment with the message of the week, the same people asking why you're doing it will ask you how you did it. So screw the critics and stay committed to your vision.
Yes, sir.
Roll Hawks. We out.